Boom, we are live.
We're here.
We are live. Hello.
Back again.
We are back. Dave and Johnny live. We're back again, but it's a little different this time. Why is it different?
You're wearing gray pants with a gray sweater?
Oh yeah, I got the full, yeah.
Yeah, all
No,
gray. Boom.
this thing right here.
Yeah, looks good.
The belt.
Feels good, too.
The strap. Johnny's got the belt.
Yeah.
Championship season on Dave and Johnny Live. The NWA British Commonwealth champion right here. Dave and Johnny Live. It's Johnny North. Genesis. The champ is here.
The 20th British Commonwealth champion in the history of the championship.
Who are some of the other known champions?
Well, Drew Onyx won it 4 times. He's won it the most. Finn Balor's won it twice. Carl Anderson won it, I think, from Finn Balor.
Oh, this is a title that Finn Balor and Carl Anderson have both held.
I think Finn beat Drew in England, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Carl Anderson, I want to say in Nashville he beat him. This belt's been around. And now it's where it should be, with me.
With Big Johnny. Now the champ is right here.
Feels good.
Yeah, I held the belt before. It was pretty cool. Let me hold the belt.
Sure.
Yeah! The title is right here. Champions right here. Things are good, Johnny.
Well, I just got to say that it was an incredible match. Dom Belanger, Savage, Paulson, they gave me a hell of a fight. And this is legit here. Dom, he might not wrestle for quite a while.
What happened?
Maybe never again. Who knows? Like, he hurt his shoulder. Like, we did the angle that he hurt his shoulder, but that's legit. He literally can barely lift his arm. And, kudos to him to do the match. I mean, we did the best we could with it, given the injury. But, props to him. Beyond belief to do that match. And, yeah, he's not going to wrestle for quite a while. If you know shoulder injuries, like you've seen with Sami Zayn, that takes you out for quite a while. And I don't know when he's going to be back. But don't worry, Dom. I'll be a great champion.
So what happened? It was before the wrestling show that he got hurt?
A lot of it's just wear and tear. It's not like one particular incident. It's just, he's feeling kind of sore. And I think he had a match like not too long ago. And yeah, he got hurt.
So there was an angle where, you beat him down and then you had to wrestle someone else for the vacant title?
Well, what happened was, like, he came out to the crowd, wish them all happy holidays. And then I attacked the shoulder. And then Savage Paulson came out for the save. And because I made the attack, they decided that it'd be a 3-way elimination match.
Okay. So
I first beat Dom Belanger in about maybe under 5 minutes.
Okay. So he still wrestled? He
still wrestled. I give him full props for that because he really probably shouldn't have been wrestling, actually. That's a very dangerous situation to be in. And I did not go soft on him whatsoever. He was actually bleeding afterwards, too, a bit.
Wow.
But that happens, it's wrestling. And
I saw a picture of that because our man AJ was in attendance to see you win the title. AJ was there. Ringside Report team in full effect.
Yeah, AJ was taking photos. He has the video, too, as well. But you don't have the whole video because he dropped his phone. So I think he's only got parts of the match. But that's fine. I'm sure highlights is good.
He dropped his phone?
Well, he got excited, right? So,
AJ.
He's always, promoting himself. Hey, he's AJ from TSN 690.
Was he saying that to people?
Like, the second he walked in the door, he's like, hey, I'm AJ from TSN 690. I do the show, Ringside Report.
Wow, AJ is constantly putting himself over. He's just one of those guys. Not afraid to tell people that he's on the radio.
But it was great.
Very proud. Very proud.
It was great that he was there and that he got to enjoy the moment. And man, that was a vicious match afterwards, though. I mean, when Dom got pinned, like, it was just beginning because Paulson, I wrestled him a couple of times. He literally is a savage in that ring. His knees, his strikes, I'm still feeling it today.
Yeah, well, you got a little.
Oh yeah.
A little shiner. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe zoom your face in. Put your face closer.
Right I think
see, Johnny's like he's got an eye gimmick here. His eye is a little.
It's legit gimmick too. It's a shoot gimmick.
Yeah, like you got hit in the face. He looks like he got punched in the eye a little bit. He's got a bruise.
Well, it was worse, I think, that day of because it felt like my head was like 2 times the size it is now.
Wow, really?
So yeah.
I'm sure. I would say I hope, but I know that you gave it back to him just as good as he gave it to you, right?
Oh, of course. But you know,
Big Johnny doesn't go easy on anyone.
But I give him a lot of credit. He brought the fight, and you know maybe I did some underhanded tactics to win the match, but it's like I told him, you got to do whatever it takes to win.
And now you are the champion.
That's right.
We got congratulations here on the YouTube comments. Chris Lee, congratulations, Johnny.
Thank you.
DW Ogilvy says, way to go, Johnny. Dave is going to burst. I am very happy. I'm very happy to see you win this title, to see the photos of you, like, standing there. And you're happy. I can tell you're happy there, standing with the championship. You got the belt here. It's good. It's a nice celebration. It's a nice way to end the year for the show. I think we've had a big year for the show, a big year for us, and it's a good sign of things to come, you know? You winning this championship, I take it as a sign for the whole team. Everybody's really excited about it. Fred's excited. AJ's excited. AJ was there to see you win the title.
Right.
I was getting text message updates from you and AJ while the thing was going on. You know, the whole team is very hyped to see you win this, and it's nice. It's a victory for the Wrestling Uncensored universe, because it's not just the team, but it's also the universe. Everybody that listens and everybody that watches is very excited. Franco, our man, Franco316 says, great job. Like, seeing the comments on Instagram, on Twitter this week, it was very nice to see all the love for Big Johnny, seeing Johnny as the champion. It's nice.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate all the support. It helped a lot, actually. Like, with Drew Onyx, he noticed, like, you know, I'm the guy. I should be the guy. I should be the guy, the face of the whole show. And now I am.
I mean, how many other people have the support that you have? You have big support.
Yeah, I do. I do have a lot of support, and I really appreciate that. It means a lot.
And it means a lot for the promoters, too, when they see, you know. There's AJ, he's your big fan, and he's putting graphics out on the internet, promoting you and promoting the show, you know. That doesn't hurt. Who else has fans that are doing that? Who else has a team behind them? You have a team. How many other indie wrestlers have an entire team backing them? You are our professional wrestler. You are the Wrestling Uncensored Universe's pro wrestler. You are our guy.
I'm very fortunate for that.
You've got a following, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It means a lot that everyone's like behind me like that. And I can't wait to hear AJ's take on this on Ringside Report tonight.
Yeah, Ringside Report tonight, right after the Laval Rocket game. As this is the soft launch that we're doing for the new time of Ringside Report. That's what I'm calling it. The soft launch of the new hours for Ringside Report Radio. If you don't know, we were normally on at midnight on Friday nights, but now they are moving us to 7 p.m. unless there's a sporting event before, and it just so happens that they moved us, and there are sporting events before for like 3 weeks until we hit 7 p.m. But, in the new year, on January, I think it's the 4th, we're going to be...
First week?
Yeah, the first week of January, we're going to be live at 7 p.m., which is exciting stuff. I'm pretty hyped for that because we have something in the works, maybe a special guest in studio.
Awesome. But Wrestling Uncensored, that stays the same, though.
Actually, I think Wrestling Uncensored is going to start airing earlier, too.
Wow, that's huge for us to know that we're going to be live, I guess. Wow. Possibly.
Well, not live.
7 p.m.?
No, not at 7. It'll be like 10 or something. I'm not sure. The Wrestling Uncensored times are still getting worked out, John.
Well, there's still the hockey, right?
Johnny is like shooting for real. When we say Wrestling Uncensored, we mean it. Like, we're making, programming decisions and meetings here while we're doing the show.
Well, there's still the hockey, so regardless.
Yeah, that's it. We're on after hockey.
So that's going to be a while anyways, right? So
yeah. On Saturdays. But Friday nights for Ringside Report Radio, 7 p.m., will start on January 4th. And we got some special stuff planned for the launch, the new year, new time for Ringside Report Radio.
Awesome. I look forward to that.
I do too. It's going to be fun. John, you went to see a movie this week, right? We got to get to the Johnny North movie review as the congratulations are pouring in. Roy Knight, our man Wally, Antoinette. Wally says that it's a lovely belt and it suits you. I agree. It's a really nice belt. It's heavy. NWA British Commonwealth champion.
Feels good. Feels right.
It does feel right. So what was the movie you went to see? The Steve Carell movie, right? What was that called?
Welcome to Marwin.
Marwin. Welcome to Marwin.
Now, Steve Carell, he plays...
What'd you call him?
Did I call him Steve Carell?
You said Corelli.
Did I call Carell? Oh,
you said Corelli.
That's my voice, like, puberty hit again. That's why.
You know what's funny about that?
What?
Is that his real name is Corelli.
I did not know that.
I thought you knew that. I was like, what was that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, no, Steve Carell is Italian, and he changed his name from Corelli to Carell.
Well,
Steve Carell, the actor, that's not really his last name. His last name is Corelli. Little known fact.
It sounds better. So I understand why he did it.
Corelli sounds good. Although it's very obviously Italian. Carell, I guess you could play more of an everyman. And maybe some actors want to be kind of indistinguishable culturally. You know what I mean? Anyways.
I guess it's a big deal for him.
Anyways, how was the movie?
Anyways, he got his butt kicked. Like, nearly beaten to death. He suffered brain damage. He wasn't able to draw anymore. He's an artist. And he created this world with dolls in order to not only, help his job, which that's the only thing he could do really, was just create this world with dolls with photos, but also help him cope with what happened, the incident.
Right.
And it's such a...
It seems sad.
It's sad, it's funny, it's everything rolled into one. And it's hard at times, like, should I laugh? Is this funny? Because a lot of this isn't real, it's just what he thinks is real. And then when you go back to how he is, and, like, he can barely even talk to people. He has difficult times just even talking, period. So, it's like, yeah, he has this amazing fantasy world with his dolls. It's fantastic. Extremely violent, too, at times. But then when you get to the real world, and you see that he's struggling just living, it really just, it makes you think, like, wow, this is a tough situation. And I don't know if I really should be enjoying this.
Sad. It seemed like a bummer of a movie. Well, it's interesting. I love Steve Carell. I'm a big fan, Mm-hmm. He was amazing as Michael Scott in The Office. He was great in, a lot of movies he's great in. What was that movie that he was in? They're in the van. Little Miss Sunshine. He was really good in that. He was amazing in the Foxcatcher. Did you ever see that?
I did not see that.
Oh, man. I hope people in the Wrestling Uncensored universe have seen Foxcatcher. That was a badass movie about Dave Schultz and Mark Schultz, the Schultz brothers. They're amateur wrestlers. They were Olympians.
Cool.
And Steve Carell played John DuPont. Very creepy. Very creepy. Check out Foxcatcher. I recommend that. There's my movie review of the week. Movie that came out several years ago. Very good. That 40-year-old virgin, of course, Roy Knight pointing out. Carell's been great in a lot of things. Anchorman. I'm a big fan of Steve Carell, so, like, I'm interested in this movie, but it seems a bit, like, seems a bit too sad, and I'm not into, like, sad kind of movies that are just sad with no real end to the sadness. It seems like just sad the whole way through.
Well, that's not it though. I mean, he does somewhat overcome like the tragedy that befell them pretty much, and he tries to confront these people again in court. But it's a struggle. It's tough for him, and at first he can't do it, but he keeps trying. He keeps trying. And I think the most bizarre part though is that the dolls that he created, they're also dolls. They're pretty much the people that he met, the women that he's met in his life. So I think that's a good thing and a bad thing also at the same time. Because, okay, it's great that's his friends, but then some of them he likes to be more than friends with. And everyone sees this too, by the way, because he makes like pretty much a storyline for it, for his art. So it can create, or it pretty much does create, very awkward situations.
Because the women that he is depicting in his art are seeing the art.
Right.
Right. Cool. My dad checking in says Carell is in 3 movies that are currently playing.
You mentioned another movie last week.
Yeah, I thought he was in that one, the like Dick Cheney movie. Is he in that one? I don't know. I thought my dad was going to come and do like a test for the new video setup. We got a new video setup coming soon on Dave and Johnny Live. I thought he was going to be here testing it. But I guess he decided not to show up.
But he's out there.
He's too big for the NWA British Commonwealth champion. But he's out there watching. But he's probably very busy. Always doing something.
Still supporting us, though.
Still supporting, still part of the team, still part of the Wrestling Uncensored, Ringside Report, Dave and Johnny team.
Huge part of it.
All those videos that you see on YouTube, all those like specialized videos, who do you think's making those? Not me.
And the website.
And the website and everything. Working on stuff today, he's saying. There he is. Always working for the team. We got the whole family on the business, you know? Had my brother on the TLC post show. If you want to hear us talk about TLC, go watch the show on YouTube right now.
I listened to it, though. I didn't watch it.
You listened to the show. Yeah, it was also available on iTunes, on our podcast, everywhere.
Highly enjoyable.
I thought it was a good show. I like talking wrestling with my brother. We've been doing it our whole lives. So why not put it on YouTube?
I didn't expect it to be as long, but I guess you guys got carried away a bit with the impersonations, I guess.
Did we?
A little bit. A little bit.
What do you mean, You know what's great is that Vince McMahon and Triple H are both on TV saying things, so I get to impersonate them saying things that they're saying on a weekly basis now in Wrestling Uncensored. So I can't wait to do some Vince stuff, because Vince was inappropriate with Naomi on SmackDown, and I will address it on Wrestling Uncensored, no doubt.
Well, I don't know if Vince is going to last long on TV, though. I feel that Triple H, Stephanie, and Shane, you'll see them a lot. But Vince, I feel that's going to be a lot more of a special occasion. Because it just seems that Vince, he seems awkward on TV a bit. I think he knows it, too.
I don't know. I love seeing Vince McMahon no matter what. Whether he's awkward or not, I like to see him. He's Vince McMahon. I was sitting there watching Raw with my son, and I was like, see, that's Vince McMahon. He's the most powerful man in the history of the wrestling business. He created everything. He's so important. He's more important than Shane or Stephanie. What have they done? What has Triple H really done compared to Vince? He's the man. There's no one bigger than Vince. He's the most powerful man in the over 100-year history of the professional wrestling business. That says a lot.
No, Vince is, amazing.
Come on, man. How can you not want to see him on TV? He's Vince McMahon. There's only one. There's only one Vince. There will only ever be one Vince. Enjoy him while you can. Every moment of Vince, enjoy it. I love Vince McMahon. I love seeing him on Raw and SmackDown. More of him, less of his kids. He's Vince.
Oh, I think he wants the opposite, though.
But it's Vince, man. You know what I mean?
I know what you
It's
mean.
Vince McMahon. He did everything.
Right.
He created the universe. He's God, damn it. He beat God in a wrestling match. That's how powerful Vince is. He can beat God within an inch of his life.
The light, yeah, sure. But I think he knows, like, it's just him as an authority figure on Raw. This isn't anything new, by the way. This has been done before, where the McMahon Helmsley era, we've lived through this before. This isn't anything new or shocking. I don't think we need Vince on TV. It's nice once in a while, but every week, it's too much.
I don't know. If you're looking to try and get a GM that's a legend...
They killed the GM. It's over now.
Well, it's Vince. Vince was on Raw and SmackDown this week. So you're saying you don't want to see Vince, you want to see Shane instead. You would prefer see Shane.
Yeah, Shane's great. Shane's awesome.
Over Vince.
At this point, as a talking figure, I'd rather see Shane.
Incorrect.
Not incorrect.
Incorrect.
Vince stayed backstage.
Universe, Wrestling Uncensored Universe. Who do you want to see talk? All right, we should do an impromptu poll right now. Who do you want to see speak on Raw? Vince, Shane, Steph, or H? Pick one. Who do you want to see? Those are your choices. Let's go. Wally, Antoinette, Roy Knight, Chris Lee. I want to hear from you. Let's go.
You know,
Wally says Vince all day, every day. I'm with you. Me and Wally always on the same. Oh, Antoinette says, love Shane. Thanks, Vince. Stay home. So Antoinette wants Shane. Roy Knight says Shane. Chris Lee says Vince. So we're kind of split down the middle here with some of these members of the Wrestling Uncensored universe. Jenny D says Shane. What? What? Johnny's winning. Apparently, you're not incorrect. Apparently, I'm incorrect. Because I've lost the vote. But my vote counts for 10 votes, so I win, really. All right?
Your dad's not going to vote?
Yeah, I don't know. My dad's not watching Raw.
Okay.
Doesn't watch Raw. He's got better things to do than watch Raw. Only I have to watch Raw.
You know, I get
My brother barely watches Raw, and he likes wrestling. You know,
yeah, Raw's tough to watch. Give Triple H a lot of credit though. He got a huge...
Chris Lee says Johnny's winning everything now. It's true. This freaking championship season for Johnny. Wins the votes, wins the titles.
Great point. Triple H got a great pop on Raw, by the way. I was very surprised by that. I didn't think he was that over, but people love to see Triple H.
He got the biggest pop of all the McMahons.
So maybe him, like, pretty much the authority figure on Raw, that could work.
I don't know. Authority figure on Raw, Triple H, that could work. Haven't we seen this a million times over? Do you believe the WWE is really going to do a big change and they're going to try and...
They started, right? I mean, if you look at it, Oscar won the Women's Championship. And Dean Ambrose, not the greatest change in the world.
That's not a change. He's been Intercontinental Champion before.
But they've changed the direction of a lot of the characters. Seth Rollins going a different direction.
Is he?
I think they're building him towards the Brock thing. Hopefully, maybe they realize, though, that match, maybe now they shouldn't do him and Brock. What they need to do is have AJ Styles win the Rumble. But AJ doesn't go on to face Daniel Bryan. We get the Brock Lesnar match we were supposed to get. That'd be great. That, in my opinion, out of all the superstars that you have on your current roster, that's the best case scenario.
AJ Brock.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
When you look at Raw and SmackDown, the rosters, that's the best thing you can do.
How about Samoan Joe versus Brock?
He can barely even touch Jeff Hardy at this point.
Yeah, I know, but like...
That's like Bobby Lashley. Like, it's not going to happen. I want it to, but it won't happen.
All it takes is a Rumble win. All it takes is Joe to get pushed strong from here to the Rumble.
I don't believe that's going to happen. And
I know. I don't think
either.
I don't believe it's going to happen either. But like you're saying, best case, like the best match they could do with Brock type of thing. Like I've seen Brock and AJ. I want to see Brock and Joe.
We've seen that too, though.
Have we?
We did at Great Balls of Fire. Remember that? And it was okay.
I don't really remember that.
I remember that, and it was okay, but it wasn't as good as AJ. I think AJ deserves
All right,
that rematch.
forget it. Yeah, forget Brock and Joe. I guess it wasn't memorable. Did we really see that?
Yeah, we did. But
Too
Bobby
much
Lashley,
wrestling. Too much wrestling. I forget everything.
a legit fighter, Bobby Lashley, deserves a shot at Brock more than most guys. But
Yeah.
the way Bobby Lashley is being used, there's no way that's happening now. It's sad.
Antoinette likes Mustafa Ali. Imagine him and Brock. He'd get murdered.
You know, if he gets a title shot against Daniel Bryan, I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool, but that's about it. He won't win.
No.
But he's a nice addition to SmackDown.
Besides injuring Daniel Bryan, everything was pretty good.
Roy Knight saying that we've seen the British Commonwealth title more than the Universal title. So thanks, Johnny North.
You're welcome.
And Big Johnny will win the Rumble, says Chris Lee. And my dad wants to know how many stars for the movie. How many stars?
That's tough. Wow. Like, I didn't hate it, but I don't know how much I liked it. That's a really difficult one. I'm just going to be safe with this and just, give it a 6.5.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
6.5 out of 10. Johnny doesn't do out of 5. He does out of 10. Okay.
Yeah, 10.
Okay. I've tried to make him do out of 5. He refuses. It's got to be on a 10 scale. He can't handle out of 5.
I respect Ty Dillinger in the 10. Even though WWE doesn't like him.
Where's
I think
he
he's
at?
awesome. I know he's nowhere, but he's quite fantastic.
Yeah. All right. We need to get to other things on the Dave and Johnny Live docket, right? 90 Day Fiancé.
Right.
Before we do that, though, I wanted to take a second. Because sometimes on this show we address the Canada weed laws.
Sometimes.
Right? And I have to address something because it's pissing me off a little bit. So I'm going to go off the rails, all right? So let's try to keep things calm and so the Canadian government, they're going to start weed is legal in Canada if you don't know. I know a lot of our viewers are Canadian, but a lot of you are not, so you don't know. Weed is legal here. They sell weed. They sell pretty much weed and joints and stuff like that. But they don't sell edibles. And now that they're introducing edibles next year, they have some legislation that they're trying to put forth, and they're trying to put forward these rules, right?
Okay.
Now, they say they're going to talk to Canadians over the next 2 months and see what we think. So here's what I think. From somebody who knows about edibles and who understands them, who makes them himself, okay, I understand edibles and how much you need. They are saying that the most that they will put in a given package will be 10 milligrams of THC. That is a ridiculously small amount. It's so stupidly small, no one will get high off that.
So you will buy more.
Yeah, you will have to buy, but it's a waste of packaging. It's just a waste of money. No one will buy it. It's just stupid to buy. If you buy that, you're a sucker. I'll tell you how to make the butter yourself, and you can make your own cookies and brownies and whatever you want. It's a very simple process. It's very easy. Okay? Maybe we'll do a special YouTube video on the channel about that. But 10 milligrams of THC in a package is outrageous, and people should be mad, but people don't know enough to be mad.
Right.
But it's ridiculous. It's such a small amount. It should be at least 100 milligrams. 10 milligrams will do nothing to you. It will do nothing.
Well, that sounds like a huge jump that you're asking for.
No, but that's reasonable. That's reasonable. That's like conservatively. I think that the maximum allowed in a package should be like 500 milligrams. 500 milligrams will send you to space. 500 milligrams is not recommended. I think, 100 milligrams for a regular user is like good. 50 milligrams is normal. 25 milligrams is a moderate dosage for somebody who's kind of a beginner. But if you're a beginner and you take 10 milligrams, nothing will happen to you. Nothing will happen. It's a fact. So I don't even understand why the Canadian government thinks that 10 milligrams is a good idea. And they also say they're not going to make any products with sugar or have it look like candy or cookies or anything of the sort. So my question is, so what are you going to make? What's it going to be? If there's no sugar and you're not making cookies or candies, what kind of edibles are you really going to make, Canadian government? It's bizarre. And I just heard that last night on the news, and I was shocked. I was like, 10 milligrams? 10 milligrams is nothing. I had a package of, I don't know if I should reveal this story, but I'm going to do it anyways because it's Dave and Johnny live, and we're uncensored, okay? I had a package of gummies, okay? There was 100 milligrams in the package. Each gummy was 10 milligrams. 10 gummies in the package, okay?
Okay.
I gave a gummy to a family member.
Oh, boy.
Who does not smoke weed, does not take any weed, has no weed, anything. But they wanted to try what a gummy was like. They took a 10 milligram gummy, nothing happened. Because 10 milligrams isn't enough. Even for somebody who never smokes weed, you will feel nothing. 20 milligrams and they may have felt a little bit. 30 milligrams and then you'll actually feel it. But 10 milligrams and you feel nothing. Even for someone who has never taken anything and never takes anything. This was not my dad, by the way. I know he's watching. This was not my dad. But, you know, somebody that I know that never has anything, I gave them a 10 milligram gummy and nothing happened to them because 10 milligrams is nothing. That's all I'm saying. So, hopefully you're listening to me, Canadian government. Please make your maximum from 10 milligrams. I know I'm asking a lot, but from 10 milligrams to 500. 500 milligrams in a package is what you should be selling, but different varieties. So you could have a 25 milligram package, a 50 milligram, 100 milligram, 200, 300, but your max should be 500. It should not be 10. Because if your max is 10, then what are you selling? 2 milligram cookies? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Don't even sell them. There's no point. It's a waste of the food, and it's a waste of the packaging. It's a waste.
Well, if you're pushing for 500, 500 is a lot. Like, I just think you should push more towards the 100, because right now that's not what they're thinking. So you got to get them thinking.
We'll get to 100 at least. They need to get to 100, because 10 milligrams is ridiculous.
All right, we'll sell them on that, like 500. You even said yourself, like, that'll really send you to space, so like...
Well, I'm trying to buy some stuff that I'm going to buy. Like,
right,
I won't buy... I'm probably not going to buy the 100 milligram edibles because they'll cost, you know, like 50 or 60 bucks. It'll be ridiculous because the stuff that the government's selling is crazy overpriced. I'm not going to buy that stuff. But if you have a bag of gummies that cost, whatever, 50 bucks, 60 bucks, and it's 500 milligrams in the bag... You know, every gummy is like 100 milligrams. You get 5 gummies in a package. Yeah, I'm going to get that. And I might take a gummy or 2 or 3. I might do 200 milligrams, 300 milligrams. But that's me. I'm a little bit more regular.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little much. I don't see that happening anytime soon.
You're having a party.
As you can see with this, a lot of this is new. So, baby steps. That's what they're doing with this.
Yeah, it's for babies. It's ridiculous.
Hey, you bought some stuff, though. That's not true. Like,
yeah, I bought stuff from the government. It was way overpriced. And now everything's sold out. And the stores are open like 3 days a week. 4 days a week.
They'll figure it out. They'll realize, hey, this isn't working. We got to fix this.
We'll see. All right. Enough of the weed talk. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. You can make your own, and that's what I do. That's what I'm doing currently. I make my own.
Good.
You know? And that's legal. You're allowed to do that. So, why buy the government stuff when you can make your own edibles at home, right? All right. 90 Day Fiancé?
Yeah, it seemed kind of sad with Fernanda, but to me, I think she just overreacts too much. I mean, just because John leaves for 45 minutes, it's not the end of the world.
Okay, so Fernanda is from Mexico. John is American.
Right.
Jonathan, he goes out with his friend Steven, and he's talking about his life, and da-da-da, and Fernanda is calling, and he doesn't answer. So at first you think, oh, well, you know, this guy's just going out after work for like an hour with his buddy, and Fernanda is at home, and, you know, she's overreacting. But then you really start to think about it. Jonathan comes home, and he says he works a 14-hour day, and then he wants to go out and relax afterwards. Your 19-year-old fiance that you brought over here from Mexico cannot drive, cannot work legally in the country, cannot really leave the house, can't do anything. She's basically on house arrest in that house, stuck alone with no family, no friends, no nothing. You work 14-hour days and you want to stay out? You want to leave this girl alone for 15 hours? 16 hours, 17 hours in a day, the whole day. So she's confined to this house alone, and you're out, you know, having a drink, living your normal life. You're interacting with people. You go to your job, you're talking to people. You go out with your friend, you're talking to your buddy. And then you come home and you wonder why she's mad. Like, come on, man. Forego the trips to the bar until the weekend and bring her with you. You know, or don't bring her with you, but at least you're there. Like, you know, say you're working 14-hour days Monday to Friday. On Saturday, hang out with her in the morning, go see your buddy in the afternoon, and then spend the evening with her. Then everything works out. This is relationship advice that I'm giving to you, Jonathan from 90 Day Fiancé. How can you expect her not to be mad when you work 14 hours a day? That's a long day.
It's very long, yeah.
And then she calls you because you're still not home when you're supposed to be, and you don't even answer her calls. You don't text her back, nothing. I mean, that's not cool. It's not cool. I understand why Fernanda is upset. I'm Team Fernanda all day. You know I don't like Jonathan really from the jump. And Fernanda, she was in the right. You said she was maybe overreacting, but think about her circumstance where she's stuck. She can't do anything. She's on house arrest.
All right, but you don't need to be like crying and like it's the end of the world. Like...
Just because you don't react with tears doesn't mean she shouldn't react in that way. You'd be upset, would you not? You'd be upset. You're in a foreign country. You barely speak the language.
I don't know if I'd be that upset. You should be appreciative of what you've been given. No? This is what she wants, no? And now she doesn't want it?
Well, she wants him to come home when he can, when he's done work. Antoinette agrees with me. Not cool at all, she says. She says Fernanda's very mature for her age. But he does support her, which Antoinette says. He does support her. Yeah, but financial support. How about emotional support as well?
Hey, he mentioned he got her the boob job.
That's not emotional support.
Physical support.
Buying breast implants for someone is not emotional support. And who were those for?
Maybe
were those for her or for him?
Probably both.
Probably both. Antoinette says she needs her a man that's that nice.
So what?
Find you a man that'll buy you breast implants. That's what you're looking for, I guess. I don't know.
So John's nice?
He seems nice.
Okay.
I think Antoinette likes him. I guess. AJ's in the house. He says he's rocking the Christmas tunes at work and he can hardly hear the boys yapping. Well, turn the Christmas tunes down, AJ. It's 90 Day Fiancé time. Ashley and Jay had quite a time this week. Ashley's friend Natalie shows up at the door. She doesn't want her to marry Jay for some reason. Natalie says Jay's a cheater and can't support her. And then Natalie said something that was my favorite line on 90 Day Fiancé. Natalie says, I feel like the bull waving the flag right now.
What?
Yeah, that's what I said. Ashley's friend Natalie apparently doesn't understand bullfighting. She thinks the bull is the one that waves the flag.
Well, she is big, but I think
Oh,
she's confused.
Yeah, she's very confused. The bull fighter, he's the one that waves the red flag and goes, Toro, Toro, you know? And then the bull charges. But Natalie thinks it's just the bull, a bull with hooves, waving a flag.
You know,
How stupid are you?
I think she was upset. They were in a very
No, she's an
emotional-
idiot. No, I don't care how upset you are. If you say, I feel like the bull waving the flag, you're a moron. What's going on there?
I think she just messed up. That's it. It was a botch.
Oh, man. I don't know why she's so hung up on Ashley not marrying Jay either. What's the problem there? Seemed like a lovely couple.
You know, jealousy maybe, possibly?
I think she is jealous. She's jealous of Ashley and Jay. Jealous of both. And then Ashley stormed off in her little scooter, which was hilarious. That scooter. Jay and Ashley then went to Vegas to get married. Jay says he likes Vegas more than Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. To which I say, no shit, Jay.
He can't gamble, though.
He can't gamble or drink because he's 20 years old.
It's kind of rough.
Ashley, of course, can gamble and drink because she's like 31. So, she's having a party. Larissa and Colty, always a good time on 90 Day Fiancé. Larissa tried to be nice to Colty so they could stay together. She was like, hey, Colty, how you doing?
She put the ring back on.
I put the ringy back on. I love you, Colty. Ooh, 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 Colty.
Well, she was kind of, you know, very apologetic.
Oh, yeah, because she's like, man, he's going to send me back to Brazil. I better stay here. So then they made up, you know. Colty was going to buy a plane ticket back to Brazil, but she convinced him to let her stay. And then they go out with Angela and Andrew, the friends of Colty. And Larissa gets really mad that Colt doesn't compliment her more. And Angela and Andrew feel awkward because they have this big fight right in front of them. Larissa's like, why don't you compliment me more, Colty? You should be complimenting me first, Colty. And it's like a whole big thing. Very strange.
It's always been a strange relationship, and I think it's just going to get weirder.
I don't think they're going to last.
Well, he's already like, you know, next strike you're out. I mean, it just feels like it's only a matter of time.
I think currently they're together, but it's not gone well. I think they are married, but it's not a healthy marriage. Speaking of unhealthy, Steven and Olga. Oh, man, this was terrible. Steven wants to get U.S. citizenship. He's in Russia with Olga and baby Richie, which is their child. Steven takes the baby to get his citizenship at the U.S. Embassy while Olga waits outside because she's not allowed to go in. Steven then gets the baby the American passport and decides that he wants to take the baby, who's like a month old maybe, away from his mother and back to the United States with him.
It was rough when they were like sitting together and he was like, yeah, I'm doing this, too bad. Like, and she kind of just walked away crying. That was rough.
Yeah, it made me want to reach through the TV and beat Steven to death. I did not like that at all. What the hell are you thinking? This kid is not right. This kid is, there's something definitely wrong with him. I really don't like him. I think I hated him more than Lita this week, and that's hard to do. Do not take the baby away from the mother. That is crazy. Leave the baby in Russia. Go back to the States. And when you can get the K-1 visa for Olga, bring the whole family over if that's what you want to do. But if I were Olga, I would break ties with Steven, never let him see his son again, and stay in Russia and try to disappear because Steven seems terrible.
Well, and that's his concern too, that he doesn't want his son not knowing his dad.
Yeah, well, I think that'd be best.
Possibly.
I think in some cases it's for the best. And with baby Richie, I think it is for the best. Steven is scary.
A little bit. He seems to get violent.
Seems like he could be abusive.
Yeah.
Don't like him. Kalani and Asuelu, from one terrible couple to my favorite, Asuelu. Kalani's pretty mean to him. Although you can understand why Kalani's upset. She's pregnant again. So she got pregnant the first time and then brought Asuelu from Samoa all the way back to the U.S. to be with their baby Oliver. And now Kalani is pregnant again because, of course, Asuelu, as we learned in past episodes, does not want to use condoms because they're for slut people, as he called them. So Asuelu not using condoms, and then whoops, Kalani's pregnant again. Kalani is devastated, which you can understand. You just had one, and then, uh-oh, here comes another. Oh, boy. I was watching that with my girlfriend, and our son was asleep in the other room, and we're like, oh, yeah. I feel you, Kaylani. That would be scary, too. But I also felt for Asuelu because he was happy about it. And, you know, I would be happy about it, too, maybe, you know, for Asuelu. Like, you understand? Because, you know, I'm not the one going through the whole birthing process. The men don't get pregnant with the kids. It's not us that have to do all that stuff. It's the women. So Asuelu more happy that Kalani is pregnant. Kalani more upset that she's pregnant, which you can understand both perspectives there, and or at least I can. I don't know if you...
Well, I can understand what you went through. I guess just looking to see how you were, and you seem kind of stressed out a lot.
What do you mean? When?
I think it was, when, 2016 or 17?
I wasn't stressed out. While she was pregnant, I was fine. Once the baby came, that's when the stress shows up. That's when it's like, uh-oh. I gotta take care of this little animal.
Well, I remember the day of.
So do I. All right, let's not go back and rehash all these past memories. We're getting comments here. Wally says, AJ, he's going to set you up with an Irish girl and you can move to Ireland for 90 days. That would be fantastic. AJ on the show, although I don't think they have Canadians. It's like an American foreign thing. AJ wants us to review The Office. He says it's the best show ever, and 90 Day is a wacky show and sounds very disturbing, but he wants to apply. He says it would be great for the ratings, which I agree. I think if AJ found himself on 90 Day Fiancé, it would be great for Ringside Report Radio. Lita and Eric. Lita blaming the daughter for everything. Of course, Lita kicked out Tasha, who was on the lease with her and Eric. Eric thinks his relationship with his daughter will resolve itself in time, and he's worried that Lita's going to run back to Indonesia. My advice to Eric is let her run back. She's terrible. Eric gets a haircut with his father. His father seems very concerned that Eric is kind of breaking ties with his children for this new evil woman from Indonesia. Lita and the ex-wife of Eric, Tanya, have a meeting. Lita blames Tanya's daughter, Tasha, for everything. And Tanya doesn't seem too impressed. And Tanya informs Lita that Eric's kids don't want to go to their wedding. And Lita doesn't care. Says, fine, I don't want them there anyways. Whatever. Lita is awful.
Well, this is nothing groundbreaking.
No, this is nothing new with her. It's just the terrible Lita story continues. Awful.
If anything, you're kind of hoping they don't get together because you just know it's going to be a horrible mess. Some people just shouldn't be together.
Oh, they are together.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah, they're a terrible couple. I don't like either of them. And then there was a 90-day live show, which I did watch. Molly from the past season, you know, Molly and Luis.
Right.
She was on wearing a dress where she was showing off one of her bras because she sells bras, right?
I like how you said brar.
Brar. I like saying brar. I think that's the way you should say it.
Braun Strowman would.
Brar. And she revealed that Luis, the Dominican dude who lived in her house and was married to her for a while, is now married and expecting a child.
But not to her.
No, not with her. Okay. With
Okay.
somebody else. She doesn't know who it is.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. And that was pretty much it. Jesse Meester was on the show. Still a narcissist, that guy. You know, from Jesse and Darcy.
Oh, yeah. That was all right.
Awful guy.
They didn't get together, though.
No, they're not together anymore.
So, why was he there?
Because he desperately wants to get back on 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, okay, the comebacks. That's what
he's just desperate to get back on the show, even though no one is really into him. He was kind of hinting at, like, maybe there's a woman in New York or somebody in the States that he's interested in that he might get together with for the show.
I'm sure the show tried to push him and Molly together, but I don't think that would work.
I don't think that would be terrible. Although, what a season that would be. Just put X 90-day cast members who broke up with their people with other people that broke up with their people and see how it works out.
It'd be great as if you have, like, the same couples, too. They're just, like, different relationships now.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy for the tell-all.
That'd be a fun show. Big old mess. 90 Day Fiancé. What a mess that show is. Kind of like Dave and Johnny Live, which has gone way too long. Once again, the show just runs over time because Johnny North just bragging about how he's a champion, been wearing the belt this whole time. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, right? This is going to be the last Dave and Johnny before Christmas. This won't be the last Dave and Johnny before New Year's because New Year's is, after. It's the 31st. I don't know if you knew that. The 1st of January comes after the 31st of December. And we're going to be on next, Friday, the 28th. So I'm not going to wish you a Happy New Year, but I will wish you a Merry Christmas to all of you.
I like to be politically correct and say Happy Holidays. That way you get everything.
But Hanukkah's over.
It's over already? Wow.
Yeah, Hanukkah ended a while ago. Hanukkah was early this year. So thanks for wishing me a Happy Hanukkah.
I wish I have a Happy Hanukkah, not you.
Thanks. Well, Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy Festivus, too, right? And Kwanzaa, as AJ is reminding us.
Christmaka.
Is that something?
For some people.
Sure. All right, well, thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks, AJ. I'll see you later tonight for Ringside Report Radio. And, of course, tomorrow night, Wrestling Uncensored. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Antoinette, Roy, AJ, Wally, Chris Lee, Jenny, everybody. Franco, the whole team, everybody watching, the whole Wrestling Uncensored universe. Merry Christmas to you all.
And your dad.
And my dad, but he's Jewish, too, so I'll see him Christmas Eve anyways.
That's nice.
I don't wish my dad Merry Christmas, and he doesn't wish me Merry Christmas. We have a tree, and he's not happy about it. Should I put the tree on Dave and Johnny? End the show with the tree.
And the title.
And the title. Christmas time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.